that.
And we'd have great prices on begonias.
Great plants, great prices. Always at Walmart.
Walmart makes it possible for us to have a yard we can be proud of.
What a nice thing to say.
Researchers may have found a new old weapon in the fight against breast cancer. The drug is one that's been used for years, and that story tops the Health Beat tonight. Doctors had been using tamoxifen to help women who'd already developed breast cancer. Then they discovered the drug could cut cancer rates about in half for women who are considered at risk for getting the disease. Tamoxifen works by preventing breast cancer cells from growing in the body.
Also on the Health Beat, that coffee you drink at work might be making you sick. Arizona researchers found that 40% of coffee mugs harbor E. coli bacteria, and in rare cases the bacteria can cause a deadly infection. Researchers say the best solution to keeping your mug germ-free is to wash it out in hot soapy water.
You know you're in trouble when the coffee starts getting a little crunchy. Clear and cold tonight, that means big problems if you just bought several flats of flowers, because Julie says they could freeze tonight.
That's right. Now I'm very happy too that I drink colas, because you know if it can take the varnish off a table, you're probably not going to get E. coli from that. Got a pretty shot of downtown Cleveland tonight, Terminal Tower and one of the bridges all illuminated. And it's going to be pretty cold out there tonight as well, though it's not so bad right now. We have a temperature of 42 degrees, the dew point's at 27, winds out of the north at 8 miles per hour. 55% is humidity. Pressure now is on the rise. It was falling a little bit earlier, but has decided to change course for us. Today we saw a high temperature of 50 degrees after a low of 27. But look at this, we're behind normal. We haven't been experiencing that too much even all winter long. 54 degrees is where we should be. 34 is our normal low. 81 was record high back in 1988 and 17 in 1881. There's your sunrise and sunset adjusted for daylight savings time for tomorrow. Sidney Fenn Elementary, they right now have a temperature of 40 degrees after seeing a high temperature today of 50. Winds are very light and going to remain calm throughout the evening. That's the situation that's going to be affecting all of us tonight, adding to that freeze advisory that we have that extends all the way from the Pennsylvania border over towards Indiana. The only part that's probably going to be spared is from about Mentor on up through Madison and Ashtabula into Conneaut, right along the lakeshore. You should be in good shape. Temperature right now 42 degrees in Cleveland, 39 in Youngstown, still holding on to 50 degrees in Columbus, 44 in Cincinnati. Let's take a look at Earthwatch 3D and see what's going on all around the country. The East Coast is in pretty good shape, with the exception of New England. They still have some residual showers up there, but high pressure has been dominating the rest of our weather all the way down through our friends down in the state of Florida. Things are looking mighty nice, and as we zoom on in, looking for clouds, really can't find any. That's good news. It's going to be a nice, clear and starry night. Bad news, though, because with that temperature is going to fall. The clouds act like kind of a blanket keeping warmer air in, but with clear skies, all the heat evaporates right into the atmosphere and cools us down quite a bit. Let's take a look at temperatures expected for tomorrow. Around the region, we should still be holding on to 50-degree plus readings for tomorrow, edging close to 60 degrees. But tonight, we've got to get through this freeze warning with a low of 27 degrees and calm winds. Tomorrow, though, good recovery, sunny and mild, a high of 59. And the 7-day outlook, well, it starts out warm, falls back a little bit, but not a bad forecast so far for that special day on Friday. Yep. Yes, it's Good Friday, but I'm also talking about the home opener for Cleveland, the Indians. Well, Good Friday's pretty important, too. I don't know.
It'll be a Good Friday.
Yeah, it will be a Good Friday. We are looking at a couple rain showers in the middle of the week, even some thunderstorms. Front comes through, but about 53 degrees on Friday with some sunshine breaking through the clouds.
And you know that's a national holiday. The mayor has declared this Friday a national holiday.
It's like being world famous in Cleveland.
Not sure how they do that, but we do it, by golly. And the other warning was that if people cover up their plants tonight, tomorrow, they better take off the plastic. Or
right, whatever they're using quickly, so we don't get that sun is going to come in and warm things up nicely.
Cooking the pansies.
You know, burnt pansies are not a pretty thing.
Gee, I hate it when that happens.
Don't look too nice in the yard, do they? Thanks, Julie.
No.
Well, the choice of a new generation is getting a little long in the tooth. On the Money Beat, Pepsi turns 100. The official Pepsi birthday celebration was held in the small town of New Bern, North Carolina, where Pepsi was invented. I know where that is. A pharmacist first put together the concoction in 1889 and called it Bart's Cola. What a name. Well, the city still has a museum where the pharmacy used to build, and of course, they have plenty of Pepsi to drink. Also on the Money Beat, wouldn't it be nice to never have a telemarketing call again? One state is giving people the right to stop sales calls. Kentucky has passed a no-call bill. Now the state requires the Attorney General's office to maintain a list of residents who do not want sales calls. Any person can request to be put on the list, and telemarketers will have to buy the list and face criminal charges if they call anyone on that list. Ohio law requires firms to disclose product information, but it does not protect you from unwanted calls.
I'm starting my petition drive now. We want that law in Ohio.
My name will be the second one on that list.
Amen. If you have kids in your house, you know all about Barney. Hard to find a parent that doesn't, but one famous mom says she can't stand the purple dinosaur. Madonna. Yes, it's true. The Material Girl doesn't allow her 1.5-year-old daughter, Lourdes, to watch the famed purple dinosaur or any other television for that matter. Madonna says both she and her child can get by very well without Barney or what's on TV. There's no comment from Barney, who's probably too excited about this weekend's opening of his new movie to even care. Figured out that she probably doesn't want her daughter to see her old videos.
You better not.
And since Madonna doesn't watch television, that means she missed a really thrilling performance by one of Cleveland's own last night at the World Figure Skating Championships. CBS 19's figure skating analyst Tanya Kwiatkowski said goodbye to her amateur career with one of the top performances of the night in the ladies' long program. She wound up finishing 6th, which in world-class competition is a very good showing. Tanya was thrilled, and so was the audience, which gave her a rousing standing ovation when she finished up. Her teammate Michelle Kwan won the ladies' title.
And Tanya is still a winner in our book,
Absolutely.
is she not? Well, some very special athletes are joining the number of Wheaties Box Heroes. A limited edition box features 5 medalists from the Special Olympics. For 18-year-old Cynthia Mazur, it's quite an achievement. Her parents say that when she was a baby, doctors gave her only 6 months to live. 18 years later, Cynthia is a 5-time medalist at the Special Olympics game. Good for her.
I'm glad to see Wheaties, give them a little plug, put them on the cover too. It's very nice.
And actually, the cereal is very good too. It is. Well, they're the hottest team in baseball.
And they're all ours, believe it or not. The Indians. Coming up next in sports, Dave's in for Gary as the Tribe bedevils the Angels out in Anaheim.
For the day's late-breaking news, sports, and up-to-the-minute weather, just log on.
Hi, how's it going? I'm Eric Green. This week on CBS 19 News this morning, we're going to celebrate Easter a little bit early with a visit to Eggshell Land. Also, the Chicken Little Awards, which go to people who needlessly frighten the living daylights out of us. Also, we're going to celebrate No Housework Day, and we will have full coverage live from Jacobs Field on Friday, the day of the Indians' home opener. John Stanley will have the forecast, Laura Farrell the traffic, and it begins every day at 6 a.m. Hope to see you.
First thing in the morning, you need to be informed. Now, wake up with CBS 19 and Byron Brown. Weekdays at 5:30 a.m.
Your favorite players. News with live reports that get to the point.
19 News is first on the scene.
Local news that isn't cluttered.
A local man tells
And
his
late-breaking news without the fluff.
In a late-breaking report,
News that makes the most of every minute, so you can make the most of your day.
Wake up and start your day. Weekdays at 5:30 a.m. with news. The address is CBS 19.
There's only one thing this bad boy can't leave behind.
Positively ends tomorrow. Midnight Madness means...
Look, you never get what you want from all that blah, blah, blah. You get it at your Pontiac dealer. They're closer than you think. Check this out.
Get 1.9% APR GMAC financing or $750 cash back on Sunfire. 1.9 or $1,000 cash back on Transporter V6 Firebird. 1.9 or $2,000 cash back on all 1998 Grand Ams at your Northern Ohio Pontiac dealer.
What are you talking about? Of course it's my car.
Is there a breakdown in your engine's future? You can't tell just by looking at it. Now, get the inside information with LubeStop's revolutionary new oil analysis. By measuring the contaminants in your oil, the LubeStop oil doc can find engine problems before they become critical. It could save you hundreds, even thousands of dollars in costly repairs. Never before has a report like this been offered to the public, and it's only at the LubeStop, the oil change and oil analysis experts. LubeStop!
With a 4-0 record, the Indians are off to their best start since 1966 when they won their first 10. Charlie Nagy was going for number 5 in a row in a 3-game sweep of the Angels. Nagy trying to rebound from a tough outing in the opener. And I guess that California health food craze that was so popular in the 80s is over. Game tied at 1, and Nagy makes Cecil Fielder look silly here. Nagy went 8 1/3 innings, gave up 2 more home runs, but only 4 runs total. The Indians were getting ready for dessert. In the 3rd, David Justice swings a big gavel and forget it. This one is over the Ralph's Food for Less sign and right, a 2-run homer, 3-1 Indians. 4-1 in the 5th, Jim Thome goes with the pitch. It drops into left field. 2 more runs score to make it 6-1 Indians. 6-4 in the 9th, some concern here. Garrett Anderson hits a pop-up to left. Sean Dunston at short goes out. Brian Giles in left comes in. And ouch, they meet. Dunston left the game. Here is a quick infield injury update. Dunston has a bruised bicep. He's hoping to play tomorrow. He was playing for Omar Vizquel because he jammed his ring finger. Omar's hoping to play tomorrow. Enrique Wilson is back here in Cleveland for an MRI on his thumb. And by the way, the Indians won the game again. 6-4, the final. Joe Torre's team off to their worst start in 13 years, playing the A's. Yankees still looking for their first win. 7-5 in the 9th. Jason Giambi hops on one deep to center. Bernie Williams is fast, but he can't run through walls. A 2-run homer for Giambi ties the game in the 9th. It goes to the 10th. The Yankees take the lead on an oblong sacrifice fly. Then Derek Jeter brings in another. The Yankees get their first win, 9-7 over the A's. The Indians play the A's tomorrow. Mark McGwire would have to break a record of 5 home runs in his first 5 games against a good pitcher, and he couldn't do it. Kevin Brown sits him down. McGwire 1 for 4, no home runs. 9th inning, Cardinals a 7-4 lead. Delano DeShields just comes apart here. Runner is safe at first. The Cardinals give up 5 runs in the 9th to lose it. 8-7 the final. Okay, Indians fans, try not to vomit here. The Marlins got their world champion rings before the game with the Brewers. Take a look at the trophy, too. It inspired some former Indians. 2-1 Marlins. Jeremy Burnitz crushes one. Way up into the seats and left, a solo home run, game tied at 2. Next batter, our pal Marquise Grissom, and he launches one well into the upper deck and left, both off Livan Hernandez, the MVP of last year's World Series. And yes, the Brewers beat the Marlins. 5-2, the final. With only 8 games left, the Cavs need to make a push for the playoffs. Every game is important, and they have to win the games they should, like games with the Los Angeles Clippers. And look at Junior. He just looks thrilled to be dressed up in a Cavs Easter Bunny costume, doesn't he? Cavs got it going in a hurry on the run. Brevenite to Cedric Henderson, out to a wide-open Wesley Person. He knocks down the jumper. Cavs a 12-0 lead to start the game. But hold on, Clippers go nuts. James Robinson puts 3 on the board. He had 26. Clippers by 10 at half. 3rd quarter, time running out. Cavs down 2. Wesley Person plays beat the clock for 3. Person had 16. Close game in the 4th. Knight to Cedric Henderson, flies to the hoop for 2. Late in the 4th, Sean Kemp just took over. In the lane, he gets hacked in the act. That's a 3-point play. Kemp had 10 of the Cavs left, 15 points, 25 in the game to lead the Cavs. They hold on to beat the Clippers, 94-93.
In this game, puts us 2 games up on New York in the 6th spot. So, it doesn't matter what team is in that little locker room. This is about us making the playoffs and pretty much playing for positioning now.
And the Cavs have now won 10 of their last 12 games. Up next for Sean Kemp and the guys could be a preview of the first round of the playoffs. Cavs will travel to Indianapolis to play the Pacers. Tip-off is at 8 o'clock on Tuesday night. If the season ended today, the Cavs would play the Pacers in the first round of the playoffs. Well, Larry Bird and the Pacers feeling kind of casual. They were playing the Bucks. Pacers work the ball around to a wide-open Chris Mullin. Couple of dribbles, and Mullin nails the jumper. He had 16. Bucks down 1, but they have a chance. Time running out. Michael Curry goes for the win. It's off the front of the rim. Pacers hang on to beat the Bucks 93-92. Take a look. The dancing baby trying to put a hex on the Hawks against the Timberwolves. Stephon Marbury goes strong to the hoop late in the 4th. Gets knocked around. No call, but he gets the hoop. Wolves by 1. Hawks have a chance. Mutombo misses the jumper, and that's it. Minnesota beats the Hawks 97-96. Cavs now just a game and a half behind the Hawks for the 5th spot in the Eastern Conference. This one had to be a little strange for the Lumberjacks in Quebec. The first meeting of the 2 teams since they made a 12-player trade a couple weeks ago. So plenty of familiar faces were in different uniforms. And take a look. The Jacks interns here getting the presidential treatment. Oh, look at them go. First period, scoreless. Brett Hawkins, great move, then Brad Lauer shoots and scores. 1-0 Jacks. Just before the end of the first period, John Craighead, one of the former Jacks, gets called for a high sticking penalty. Craighead actually had 2 10-minute majors on the night. Joe Dietzick was fine. Craighead done for the night. Tied at 2 in the third.